Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. Become passionate and you can find energy and harmony in your life. Sometimes, while working, you might feel drained and close to burning out. In such situations, you have two choices: take a break or become passionate about your goals, and you keep going. Most people choose the first option. But hey man, that's not going to help you achieve your dreams. To reach new heights, you need to be passionate and relentlessly pursue your objectives. By doing so, you will generate energy instead of losing it. If you are passionate about your goals, working towards them is actually going to give you energy. However, if you feel worn out, take a moment to reassess your purpose. Perhaps you've lost your way. Maybe you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. When Grant turned 40, he realized, man, he was feeling fatigued. He was stressed. He wasn't feeling what he was doing. He realized he was constantly traveling across the United States, didn't have time for his family, just delivering one speech after another. It got monotonous, man. He was doing the same thing over and over. Even on U.S. holidays, he was working so hard, man, he'd go up to Canada and he'd make speeches up there. Often, he'd wake up, man, he didn't even know what city he was in. He's like a rock star, but he wasn't enjoying it. Grant realized that all this traveling and speaking had diverted him from his true passion. He did not set out in this world to fly on American Airlines and be a public speaker. No, he wanted to be the best sales trainer in the world. After revisiting his purpose and recommitting to his life goals, he instantly felt re-energized. He got that vibe back. You know that vibe when you can just go and go and go. I mean, I know what that feels like. Many believe that being passionate results in an unbalanced life. Nah, Grant discovered that passion is the key to unlocking your energy, and that is how you attain balance. You just go all in. A balanced life is not just about, well, let me take plenty of time off of work so I can do this and I can do that. Nah, man. It's about having the success you want in every area of life. It's about having the success you want in your career, having financial success, having great health, and a happy family life, having strong faith. How can you integrate this? Not breaking it down and say, well, I'm just going to stop working so I can do all this other stuff. No. To achieve this, you must work hard at everything. You have to fuel yourself with enthusiasm. You gotta be passionate, and you gotta figure out how to satisfy various areas of your life at once. By harnessing this passionate energy, you can make the most of every opportunity, such as combining family time with exercise. Hey, is there a reason why you have to exercise alone? If you're going to exercise, dude, exercise with your kids. That's why Grant exercises with his kids. He can play with his kids, have fun, spend good, high-quality time with them, have them do something healthy, give them a good habit. What do you want to do? You want to play video games with your kids? You want to watch TV with your kids? Or how about you teach them a good habit for their life and you can spend time with them. And by the way, you are doing something that is good and healthy for yourself. By constantly renewing your passions, you will discover new motivation. Suppose you have found your passion and achieved your goals even faster than you expected. The challenge is not just getting started, but it's continuing your journey and resisting the temptation to spend your now successful days just relaxing, chillaxing in a hammock. Come on, man, you were not meant to sit on a beach and drink a pina colada. That's not the purpose of your life. That's where passion plays a critical role. An extraordinary career is not about, oh, I made a little bit of money, I'm just going to stop here and do nothing. No, it involves a series of goals, each bolder than the last. Being passionately driven means you are not the type of person whose ultimate aim is to retire and play a bunch of golf. Nah, dude, your goals should be grand, propelling you towards a boundless future. You never get there, man. You just keep winning at bigger and bigger levels. This purpose should be deeply rooted within you, making you eager to start each day. For instance, Grant once had a goal to own 100 apartments. He's like, man, I want to own 100 doors, son. 100. And then he got there and he's like, man, 100? Nah, I want 500, son. And then he got to 500. Oh, I was just getting started. Now I'm about to do it big, son. Now I'm going 4,500. He just keeps going and going. After earning $1 million, come on, man. You ain't gonna stop there. Now we're going for 10. And when he hit 10, now we're going for 100. And you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and aim for $1 billion? I mean, we might as well just go ahead and aim for $1 billion. Consider all the charities you could support with that type of money. Imagine the security you could provide not only for your family, but your community's future generations with that type of money. With limitless ambitions, you can fuel every day and lead an exceptional life. You ain't gonna be sitting on no beach doing nothing. Come on, man. Think a little bigger than that. Now, if you envision instead your post-retirement life, once you made a little bit of money, a little bit of dough, and you do want to be on the golf course. Oh, look at me. I'm golfing. I'm improving my handicap. Psh. But then what? Soon enough, you're going to find yourself watching TV all day, doing nothing, leading to boredom and depression because you no longer have a purpose. To avoid unhappiness, you need to establish your grand purpose. And hey, it can change. You needed money. Now you got a little bit of money. What's your new purpose, man? Where are you going? This can evolve. It can grow. Never settle for done. Remain active and always strive for new heights. Set ambitious goals and figure out the specifics later. No one can accurately predict how things will turn out. You can write your little plan. Oh, look at me, I wrote a plan. Come on. It's never going to go perfectly like that. Even billionaires cannot foresee exactly how they will amass their wealth. Nah, it changes. You can have a general idea. Hey, we're going to try this, we're going to try that. But you got to be able to pivot in the real world. So instead, they do what you should do. You commit to achieving 10 times more than they really thought was possible. That's thinking big. You're going, well, maybe I think this is what's going to happen. But you're like, nah, I'm going to aim big. I'm going to go big. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm working for. And that is the only way you will get the energy to push through the hard things. It is critical to aim high, to make big promises that challenge you and force you to grow. Major life events like getting married, having another kid. Hey, you're starting a new business. Maybe you're starting your first business. These require you to jump in and just learn as you go. You are not going to be able to plan out and know everything ahead of time before you have a kid. Hey, when you're making the baby, you don't know what it's going to be like when the kid's 14 years old. You're going to have to figure that out as things go on. And that's okay. You need to commit. It's easy to commit to that one. The same principle applies to the goals you set for yourself and your business. You can even launch a product before it's fully developed, man. Tech companies doing this all the time. They're launching broken products. They're not even fully working. They just call it beta. Like, oh yeah, no, it's in beta. Come on, dude. You do not need things to be perfect. You just got to get them out into the market. Often, being the first is more important than being perfect. Hey, man, Apple has demonstrated this repeatedly. Almost every Apple product has had its share of imperfections. Okay, now I'm not talking about the new Apple. The new Apple is a little bit different. I'm talking about the OG Apple back in the day when they were the first to release products. That's how the company was built. Now it's a big tech giant. It's a little bit different, right? It's an old company. But back when they were young, when they became the Apple that everyone would come to know, they were the first, man. Things weren't perfect, but they were the first. That is why Apple is regarded as one of the best brands ever, because they brought new things to market. Another example to learn from is the New England Patriots football team. When Robert Kraft became the owner of the Patriots in 1995, the team was struggling. However, that did not stop Kraft from making bold promises. He's like, hey man, you know what? We're going to win the Super Bowl. And people are like, Patriots, yeah, right. But he's like, nah, we going to do it. This motivated the players to give their all each season and game, resulting in five times Super Bowl victories since Kraft's arrival. Furthermore, the Patriots franchise is now worth, you ready for this, $3.2 billion, with some of the best seats selling for $500 and corporate boxes for $500,000. Now that's a little bit of dough. Like the players, the fans are inspired to believe their team will achieve great success every year. As these examples illustrate, it is a smart strategy to aim high, promise big, and trust that you will find a way to make it happen. Facing your fears can lead to success. Challenging yourself can drive success. But it is also inevitable that it will bring fear. Do not let this fear hold you back. Understand and accept fear as it often accompanies achievement. Hey man, if you're never scared, you're probably never going to accomplish anything either. Fear usually comes in two forms: fear of rejection and fear of failure. Both must be tackled to achieve success. In 2008, J.K. Rowling spoke to Harvard University's graduating class, stating that greatness in life comes from being brave enough to fail. Ooh, that sounds like a book title. Brave enough to fail. Ooh, yeah, I like that. If you never fail, you never truly live, and you will definitely not succeed. Rowling knows this firsthand. She received 12 rejections before the first Harry Potter book was finally accepted and published. The series went on to sell millions of copies, becoming one of the most successful books of all time. If Rowling had let the fear of failure stop her, the world might have never known Harry Potter. I mean, then what are you going to take your kids to do at Universal Studios? Pfft. Allow yourself to feel fear and understand it's normal, because it means you are pushing your limits and making progress. If you do not experience fear, at least occasionally, you might be getting too comfortable, becoming complacent in your current situation. Man, you're not pushing yourself. You're not growing. If you sense stagnation, it might be time to shake things up a little bit. Seek a couple new opportunities. Maybe it's time to open a new branch in another city. Maybe it's time to explore some new business partnerships that expose you to new markets. Fear can also be helpful in outperforming competitors. Embracing fear involves adopting the right mindset, which can provide a psychological edge. For Grant, a significant breakthrough came after the 2008 economic collapse. With everyone worried about the future, he decided, I'm going to use this fear as a motivator to increase output. I'm going to increase sales. I'm going to make more public appearances. I'm going to push harder. While others hesitated, while they retracted, they got smaller. He expanded. He pushed harder. He went into new markets, which turned out to be quite financially rewarding. Invest in growth rather than putting your money under your pillow. Regardless of your fears, success is always measured by growth. The smart approach is to invest your profits back into your business and put those extra resources, right, that cash you got sitting around, put those resources into work so you can expand, which then increases your chances of dominating the market. This strategy implies that spending is more important than saving. Consider this: unused money does not help with pretty much anything. I mean, the United States government is just going to inflate it away. It's not doing anything for you. The money that truly matters is the money that you put to work that helps you grow your business. This approach is also tax savvy. While profits are taxed, money that is reinvested back into your business is not, making it much more valuable in the long run. Always be on the lookout for growth and investment opportunities, including new markets and new ventures. Always think, how can you do it bigger? How can you do it better? Grant suggests allocating at least 30 to 40% of your profits towards expansion. If expansion opportunities are hard to come by, always remember your marketing, advertising, social media employees. This is rarely wasted investment. Effective publicity can make you a household name. that will open the doors to new opportunities you have not even considered. Avoid trying to do everything by yourself. Being a leader means guiding your team to success, which often involves having a large team. Like Amazon, they got over 200,000 people. You don't see Jeff Bezos running around trying to do everything himself. You think Apple or Microsoft, with teams that are over 100,000 strong, you think their CEOs, their top management is trying to do everything themselves? No, you have to be able to delegate and outsource. Currently, about 75% of U.S. companies are what Grant would call a one-man show, or woman, of course, with the average annual profit of just $44,000. They're doing everything themselves, just one person taking all the responsibility. Grant experienced the limitations of this small think approach firsthand, spending 10 years trying to do everything himself. He eventually realized that being a leader means knowing how to delegate, how to hire people who can help contribute to your earnings. Hiring someone does not take away your money. They help you earn more. And if that's not happening, it's because you are not doing a good job with the hiring and the delegating. Hiring people doesn't cost money. It makes you money. Once Cardone started employing more people, that is when his company truly began to grow. Haters. Hey man, you got a little haters? You got some haters? You got some haters? Turn your haters into motivation for your passion. Success often brings opposition. It is natural that when you start to succeed, you're gonna get some haters. Knowing that you will face competitors and critics allows you to prepare yourself mentally. Social media provides an abundance of haters with numerous ways to target you. But the best response is not to silence them. No. You be grateful for the attention. You be grateful for people screaming your name and bringing more attention to you and your business. Consider this. The more haters you got, the more successful you likely are. An old saying goes, there's no such thing as bad publicity. I'd rather have bad publicity than no one know who I am in the first place. When someone criticizes you, they acknowledge you as a significant player in the space. No one even bothers to criticize insignificant people or insignificant businesses. Only those who matter will attract the trolls and harsh criticism. In other words, if millions of Twitter users are hating on you, you could potentially become the next big thing. Or maybe you already are. Haters also help build resilience. Reflect on the bullies you've encountered. They contributed to shaping who you are today, a true winner. Whether it was the high school bully, the bank manager who rejected your loan because he didn't believe in you, or the anonymous troll calling you names on the interwebs, they may be annoying, but they can also help you develop thicker skin and fuel your desire to prove them wrong. If used wisely, haters' words can lead to improvements and a better product. However, It is not just haters who can potentially hinder your progress. Sometimes members of your own team can hold you back. Build the best team by being dedicated and focused. Which do you think is more crucial for generating profits? Being nice or being effective? Obviously, it's the latter, as business sometimes requires making tough decisions to maintain leadership in the company and keep everyone on track. You will not always be everyone's favorite boss. One way to stay in control of your team and business is to actively participate in conversations. Ensure that your team knows you are always listening and observing. This includes monitoring their sales calls to guarantee and ensure that they share your passion and aggressiveness for selling your products. If someone does not meet your standards, or a client is not being properly advised, dude, it's time to step in and correct the situation. You show your team that you care and you are willing to do the hard, dirty work as well. Grant makes it a point to personally thank employees who put in maximum effort. He sends messages or records videos on his phone, even when he's far from his office, to thank employees that are doing a good job and showing full commitment to their work. However, being in control starts with being firm about hiring and firing decisions. When you hire someone, an agreement is made. You pay and treat them fairly, and they perform to a certain standard. If an employee fails to meet their obligations and they become a burden, don't feel guilty about letting them go and finding someone else to deal with them. That's not your problem. They did not hold up their end of the bargain. People today no longer expect to work for the same job for 50 years. Nobody's 20 years old. I'm just going to work for one company for my whole life. Most anticipate having multiple full-time jobs throughout their career. Millennials in particular understand how to leverage short-term contracts to build a diverse work history. Your responsibility is to create a team as passionate and committed to your business as you are. While they are with you, they are passionate and work hard. They may not be with you forever, but while they are with you, they work hard. With this foundation, success with the help of your employees is sure to follow. Achieving greatness requires adopting a growth mindset. To truly excel, you must establish ambitious goals for yourself and your business. Even if they appear unattainable today, these lofty objectives are crucial in providing the inspiration for you and your team to work hard. And this is what will ultimately drive you towards truly remarkable outcomes. This concludes Be Obsessed or Be Average.